If money feels confusing, it's not because you're bad at this. It's because nobody showed you the order. Good morning, everybody. This is Vladimir Nemchinov with InvestSteady.com. Welcome to another live. Well, today we're talking about this order instead of chaos. We'll start with why feeling confused is normal. No one teaches this at school, so most people are trying to learn money while already drowning in real life. We're going to answer some questions today, and if nobody taught you, then you're going to be behind. When I came to this country, I didn't know much about budgeting. I didn't know much about finances. I didn't know about debt, actually. Nobody taught me. I didn't have a good example. And I was just doing what everybody was doing, making minimum wage, and then going out on the weekends, going to the movies, eating out, hanging out with guys. That's what I did. And that didn't get me anywhere. And I was just like everybody. I was different, and we will talk about it when I'll be answering questions. There was a difference, big difference. Why doing things out of order keeps people stuck. When you skip steps, every move cancels out the next one and progress feels impossible. When you're trying to do many things at the same time, you're not arriving anywhere. Just like people who multitask. I don't believe in multitasking. Definitely as a man, I am really bad at multitasking. I can do one thing at a time. So when you do a lot of stuff, you have a little bit of progress everywhere, potentially. But if you focus on one thing, you can knock it out and move on to the next thing much faster. And therefore, progress will be faster. Just like with finances, it's exactly the same principle. The simple step-by-step path to take control of your money is the wealth game. How the wealth game gives you clarity instead of chaos. It removes guesswork by telling you exactly what to focus on right now and what can wait. This is the wealth game. Welcome to the live. This is a very cold week here in Cleveland. Thank you for joining me on your way to work or to school or on the way to gym. I appreciate you being with me. Welcome. All right, we will start with this first question. First question, I'm about to share that. Need help getting my personal finance in order. I've never really paid attention to personal finance, and now I feel like I should. I don't have much savings, and I'm not sure how to budget or invest my money smartly. Everything feels confusing. I want to get better at managing money, saving, and planning for the future, but I don't know where to start. Well, I propose to you, thank you for asking this question, Ray Camoroni, I don't know. Thank you for asking this question, and thank you for everybody who is joining and looking at the same. Where do I start? How do I start? And I propose to you that the wealth game is what I'm following currently, and what I recommend. This way, it's divided into 10 steps. It will take years to go through all of them, but this is exact blueprint. This is exact wealth game levels, level after level after level after level. Okay. First one is to create budget. You tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Luke 14:28. For which of you wanting to build a tower does not first sit down and calculate the cost? Budget is a must. Right now, I work in a department where I need to look at finances and I need to figure out to make sure that the company is profitable. I'm not responsible for the company, but in general, for a company to be profitable, it needs to spend less than what it makes. Then the owner makes money, then the owner is happy and keeps the company open versus closing it off and going to work. That's what needs to happen. And how does that happen is by tracking all your expenses and all your income. Then this way you can see, do you have margin? Does your company make profit? Does your family budget? Do you make money, or you spend everything? If everything comes in, you spend it all, then you are one emergency away from being negative, being behind, and potentially failing at your whole structure, your whole tower, your finances of your personal finance. Step number 2, or level number 2, protect your income with life insurance. If something happens to you, your family doesn't get wrecked financially. 1 Timothy 5:8, anyone who does not provide for their relatives has denied the faith. It's a very interesting verse. Obviously, I'm using all these verses out of the context to make points, hopefully, that yes, some people say, when I die, I don't care what happens to my family. Is that loving? I would say no. And this is what this verse says, that we got to provide for our family, even when I'm dead. It's not like, I'm dead, it's their problem. No, I love my family, I love my wife, I love my kids. I want to make sure that they are protected when I'm gone. And if I'm gone super early while kids are still kids, then my wife can protect for them better with life insurance. And that's why I have that. That's why it's step number 2. Because you can be building other things, but then something happens, and then your spouse, in my case wife, will be in such a deficit now to struggle out to get even to being at the zero, because bills are going to keep coming. Okay. All right. Level 3, save $1,000 as a starter emergency fund. This keeps small emergencies from turning into credit card debt. Proverbs 21:20. The wise stores up choices food and olive oil, but fools gulp theirs down. Well, no offense, but Bible says if you pretty much, I'm paraphrasing, okay? But what it seems to me that if you live paycheck to paycheck, you're using up all your resources. You don't store anything. Well, Bible says that's what fools do. You can be offended and butthurt about it, or you can be like, man, maybe I should change what I'm doing and be wise about all my income. All right, pay off all consumer debt. Debt snowball is the next level in the wealth game. You kill payments, free up cash flow, and finally feel momentum. Proverbs 22:7. The borrower is slave to the lender. Don't be slave to the lender. Pay off everything. Snowball it. Align it all from smallest to largest balance, and then pay minimum everywhere, and then put whatever margin you have on the smallest. Pay it off, then take all the money, put it in the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and so on. And this is the highly probability, the highest chance for you to actually go through it and complete it. Don't worry about interest. Worry about being consistent. Worry about getting it done. Okay, level number 5: build fully funded emergency fund, 3 to 6 months. Now you're prepared for real life, not just flat tires. Ecclesiastes 11:2. You do not know what disaster may come. Okay, I want to act out of fear. I want to act out of wisdom. Okay, I want to be wise. Something could happen. Something will happen. My life so far, no emergencies. Life is great. I am so grateful to God for that. But things will happen. It's just statistically, it's gonna happen. That's what is going to happen. Are we prepared for that? Or maybe because we're prepared for that, I don't treat anything that happened in my life as an emergency. Think about that. All right, next level that's when you start. That's when you start on this wealth game, getting wealthier. Invest 15% of your income into retirement. This is where compound interest starts doing the heavy lifting. Proverbs 13:11. Whoever gather money little by little makes it grow. Yes, we all want to get rich quick. Yes, I want to be rich right now. We'll look at the wealthier people, especially older, our parents, for example. Not in my case, but in general. People look at the parents and they, oh, wow, they have this kind of house, they have this kind of car, but it took them 40 years to get there. And you want it right now. I mean, it's okay to want it, work for it. The seventh level of wealth game. Save for down payment on a house. You buy a home on your terms, not the bank's. Proverbs 24:27. Put your outdoor work in order. After that, build your house. This is a very interesting verse, and what it tells me that focus on your income. Make sure your income is coming, then you can buy a house in this case, or a car or something else, because a lot of people do get it out of order. They're, oh, I want this car, payments, no problem, let's do that. They have no income, but they have car payments. That is a tough situation. All right, level 8, start saving for your kids' education. You break the cycle so your kids start ahead, not behind in student loan debt. Proverbs 13:22, a good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. I want to be a good person. I want to have inheritance for my children's children and not squander it all on myself and think, oh, I only live once, enjoy it. I do want to enjoy my life, which I do. Level 9, pay off your mortgage. Your biggest bill disappears and your stress level drops hard. Romans 13:8, let no debt remain outstanding. Yes, and level 9 of the wealth game, you have zero debt. Zero debt. And the next level, oh man, level 10, build lasting wealth. Your money works for you and freedom becomes permanent. Proverbs 10:22, the blessings of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. That part of painful toil for it is very interesting, because money invested in retirement, you don't toil for it. You put that money in there, and now it just brings wealth. Very, very good. I like it a lot. All right, so this is the wealth game, and this is what I would answer to this person who asked for personal finance, help to get their personal finance in order. That is exactly what I would do, and this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm following the 10 levels of wealth game. Okay, let's look into the next question. I need financial help and don't know where to turn. Long story short, I'm 21 female and I live with my boyfriend in an apartment where we split rent $750 each. I also have a car payment every month, $330, and my car insurance is $535. I had 3 accidents, all my fault, almost 3 years ago, will be in December, and my rates are so high because of it, and no insurance other than the one I have will give me a deal like this. I've looked everywhere. The kicker is I work part-time making $17.50 an hour and usually only get 24 to 30 hours a week. I've been trying hard to get a full-time job where I work, and it's extremely hard, and no one else is hiring with that will match my pay. Usually after I pay each bill, each paycheck, I have less than $50 each week to support myself and my 2 cats. I buy food for as well. I go to food banks and such, but usually all they have is random meats and canned beans. My boyfriend has been helping me more, but I'm drowning in need drowning and need help badly. Edit. Boyfriend has agreed to now do 70% of the shared bills instead of 50-50. Ooh, a few things here, actually. Well, you're working part-time, right? Again, wealth game is you need to look at your budget, what's coming in, what's going out. Right now, everything is going out, nothing coming in. Well, let's work on money that you're bringing in. You're working part-time job. You can't find a replacement that pays that. Well, even if you get more hours and a job that pays less, you're already going to be better off. Okay, that's one solution. Second one is to find another part-time job on top of this one and work. I don't know what you do the rest of the hours. There's a lot of hours in a week. If you only spend 30 of them for work, there must be something you can do. There must be somebody that needs help. And I know there is. You just need to find that place and be proactive. You can't be sitting on your butt and paying car payment. Okay, so apartment is $750. Well, that's also, can you change that? Can you guys move? Can you move to a cheaper place? That's going to decrease your money that's going out, okay? Car payment. You see, 21, I came to America when I was 20, and $330 a month for car payment. I didn't know. But that was my advantage, I guess. I didn't know about the debt, so I just lived within my means. You can't afford this car. Get rid of it, use bus, figure out stuff. That's what I used when I couldn't drive in America. I used bus. It took me 2 hours to get to job and 2 hours to get back. But I had no options. I had to drive or take a bus or ride a bus from North Royalton to downtown to Mayfield. It took me 2 hours one way, where it's like 20 minutes between Parma or North Royalton and Mayfield, where I was starting my work. So there are choices. You are not tied to this. You're not tied to your boyfriend, but now you're codependent on your boyfriend financially. If something doesn't go the way that you guys planning, what's going to happen? You're going to be in a very big disadvantage. You're not going to have a place to live, and you're not going to have money as well. You want to treat that with urgency and make changes about that. You cannot stay in the same place and do the same thing and expect different results. Yes, you maybe don't have experience right now to get your pay higher than $17, but find another $17 job. Find 2 more $17 jobs. You need to clean up this mess before something happens. Okay, obviously you have no emergency fund and you have cats. Cats? Now I'm being more what's the word? I'm being more practical, I guess, with my kids. Like, they want pets this, pets that. Okay, you're gonna take care of that. You're gonna pay for them, for their food and stuff. And here you have no money and you're paying for your cats. Oh man, again, choices. We pay for our choices, or we can get paid for our choices. So this is what I would say to this person. Focus. You can do it. It's only up to you. Nobody is gonna. Yeah, your boyfriend is floating you right now, but how long? Who knows? All right, let's look at the next question. I suck at money. Need help. I really need to figure out where all my money goes and how to get it under control. All right, good question. Well, if you use cash, it's gonna be very hard. Chances are you're using some kind of card, debit card, credit card. Get a statement. Go line by line and you figure out where all your money goes. And then you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised how much money you have. All right. I'm a software developer. As soon as I get stock grants, I sell them so that I can live. Okay. I have a family of 4 and my wife was a stay-at-home but now works a little and brings in $1,000 a month. I barely make it. Like, I need a plan to get my budget under control but don't know where to start. We really don't spend much extra, but I think there's just a bunch of small crap that trickles out of my account daily. And like short read books I can look at, or any type of references that can help me out. Well, look at there's barely any information about like finances, but it's not about book. It's about you looking at your situation. Look at your expenses. It's like I just mentioned. You got to see where your money goes. You got to get your head out of the sand and look, okay, where my money going? Am I going out every time? They say they're not splurging. Maybe their rent is too high compared to their income. Software developer, I mean, it doesn't say how much he gets paid, but It shouldn't be. It should be a good amount. He doesn't say where he lives. Maybe he's in L.A. and L.A. a lot of money doesn't go very far in L.A. So you got to look at this. Your rent or your mortgage shouldn't be more than 25 to 30% of your income. If it is, and if it's half, yes, you're going to be struggling. And this season of time, my wife stays at home and so she works. She doesn't have to, but she does. Look at other options. Maybe it's not the time for her to stay home anymore. Maybe you can't afford it. And it sounds like if you're struggling, if there's no surplus, you got to look. If all your expenses is just ramen noodles, rent, and car insurance, then, well, you're not making enough for this lifestyle. Well, not any lifestyle, or you spend too much. Okay, and again, if your expenses are all legitimate and all good, then you're not making enough. It's simple. So bigger items, of course, would be car payments, would be rent or mortgages. So a lot of times people buy something that they can't afford. Okie dokie. Thank you, everybody, for joining this morning. I hope you're staying warm. It's so cold. It's so cold. All right, let's look at the next question. I need help with debt. Hey everyone, I'm 20 years old female with around 5,000 credit card debt and 5,500 debt consolidation loan. Okay, where do we get debt consolidation loans? When we have several of debts, we consolidate them into one. Okay, that means she likely consolidated all her loans, whatever she had, all the credit cards into one, and then racked up again another $5,000 on a credit card. So that's why debt consolidation loans are double-edged sword, okay? Because you have several of them, you consolidate them, it's harder for you to pay this one payment now. And now your credit cards are emptied up or freed up, and you're like, oh yeah, I can just put expense on the credit card. Okay, I'm continuing. 1K in buy now, pay later. And my job overpaid me for 3 weeks, and now I owe them $2,200 because of a mistake they made. I don't know what to do. I have no savings, and they're taking $200 out of each paycheck to pay back their mistakes, leaving me with $1,900 a month before bills. All right. So we can look at the attitude here and perspective that it's their mistake. Yes, they made a mistake, but you spent the money, you know. So that means you overspent by $2,200. Just one paycheck, you got $2,200 more. You're like, all right, party, and spend it, right? Take responsibility for your actions. Then you can do something about it. If you blame somebody else, oh, it's their fault, then you are a victim of them, whoever they are, in this case, the company. After bills, it will leave me with maybe $500 a month. I feel like I'm drowning and I don't know what to do. Bankruptcy is not an option. Man, it's only $10,000. What bankruptcy are you talking about? No one taught me how to be financially smart when I was younger, and I've been trying too hard to do better, but it's so hard. Okay, yeah, I'm being a little too harsh here. Yeah, so it's good. There you go. Nobody taught you. Again, somebody else's fault. I don't know how to manage my finances, and this is where the wealth game actually comes in, because it's step by step. It's very simple. You need to figure out your budget. Budget is number one. It's the paramount. It's the foundation of your really financial life. Okay, in this case, you look at all your debts, you line them up, you create the budget. Let's see, I need some advice and help. My plan was going to have everything paid off in July, but now with the job taking money out every paycheck, it's pushing me back by 3 months. 3 months, not a big deal. I don't know how it's gonna, math doesn't math here. If they take out $200 to pay $2,200, it's gonna take 2 years, so I'm not sure what's happening here. I won't have anything saved, just debt paid off. How do people do it? How do you get out of this? How do people save so well? I have no discipline. I need help. Give me all the advice you can, Reddit. I really need it. Edit for the people I said I would show. This was a budget. Okay. All right. So there's more information. Okay, but good. Take responsibility, and that seems like what you are doing. Focus on it. Don't sweep it under the rug anymore. You have these debts, you have income. Okay, this is my income. What can I do to increase that? Okay, my expenses. Okay, what do I do? Why all this credit card debt coming? You overspending, you spending more money than you make. That's where debt come from. So find out those reasons. Don't eat out anymore. Definitely do not go to bankruptcy. It's gonna screw up everything for 7 years for over $10,000. That's not worth it for sure. And you can do it. Plan. This is the plan. Create a budget. Next step. You're single, no kids, female, skipping the second level. Level 3, save $1,000. Okay, so you don't go again to the credit card debt. Save $1,000. From there, figure out, okay, how much is my margin? I'm paying everywhere minimum on all my credit cards. Credit card debt. It doesn't say one credit card or several, but you have at least 2-3 debts. Okay, buy now and pay later 1,000. Then you have 5,000 credit card debt, and then 5,500 in consolidation loan. So address those in this order. Pay minimum everywhere. Obviously, hustle to get the money to pay minimum, even if you can't. So, and then whatever, $100, $200, $500 a month, add to the smallest one. And once that's paid off, 1,000. If you do $200 a month, it's gonna take you 5 months, under a little bit with the minimum payment, and then you roll that over to the next one. If you do $500 a month, 1K is paid in 2 months, and then the next one, the credit cards will be paid in about a year. Hustle. Do some Uber driving or something like that, door dashing. You can do it. That's all you need to do. This is the plan. Attack it with vengeance. And then once you're done with that, then save up your emergency fund to 3 to 6 months of your expenses. Then you're going to be much better place, and you're not going to feel so frustrated. Obviously, it's easier to say than to do, because emotions, because friends, because eating out, because other things. All that affects. So, all right. We have a little time for another one. I will hit a couple things maybe. Okay. I'm aware enough to know I need help and smart enough to ask. Man, that's good. That's very good. I like that. Without putting a lifelong pity me story up, I'll simplify the situation and be brutally honest. I am 33-year-old guy, and I am at the lowest point of my life. I've been homeless for 2 years and can't get out. I do not do drugs or drink. My parents were drug addicts and didn't teach me anything about life management as a result. I have a zero-person support system, no family or anyone at all to help anything. So I am by myself as far as looking for advice or help from anyone. First thing right away, if you have no support, there are churches around you. Go to church. Even the very first time you go there, talk to somebody there. Hey, I need to talk. This is my situation. Exactly the same thing you're putting in here. Tell them, man, I really want to get out. I sucked so far. I need help with advice, with guidance, with hand holding. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I have no access to VA funded services because of my discharge. Thank you for your service. It's not a dishonorable, it's lesser grade. I've been to 2 years of college. I have no mental illness or physical ailment that would affect or cause this situation. All right, it's up to you. You can do this. You've been to harder things in the Marine Corps, I'm sure. Okay, so guys, this is there's more information here I'm not going to be able to address right now. Thank you so much for joining. Remember, invest steady and compound your